country never recover. This country we love is not working. The economy out here in Itasca and Schaumburg and Elk Grove is not growing. Businesses like this are having much too difficult a time making it go. And we're broke. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you that. Your government is broke. Illinois is broke. Joey, stand up again. I'm going to be using Joey as my model throughout this talk.
Okay.
Right now, unless your country changes things real quickly, we're giving him a country he'll never forgive us for. Because in about 20 or 30 or 40 years, when he's out there doing really good stuff, he's going to pay all of our bills. He's going to pay all of our bills today that we don't have the courage and decency to pay. Shame on us. We don't want to give that kind of life to Joey. And final point. Every week and every month and every year in this country, we are losing freedoms. We are losing freedoms. We have to stop this. We have to get back to a country where we are free to live our lives, and most of us are responsible for our own lives. I am running against a woman who's part of a party, along with their president, who wants everybody to be dependent upon government. Everybody to be dependent on government. Government take care of everybody. I don't care whether it works. I don't care how much it costs. And I don't care what it does to Joey's generation. We have to stop that. That's why I'm running. That's why I tend to raise my voice a lot. That's why I tend to get pretty passionate. Because if you're like me, and you really truly do believe this is the most important election that I can remember, you know what? It gets you pretty wound up. It gets me really wound up. And every time I talk, I've got my friends, shall we call them, taping me. There's Tammy Duckworth's camera. You know, this is such a funny campaign. And everybody, here's the campaign in a nutshell. You got this guy named Joe Walsh who rides around in the 1984 RV, and he's out there trying to meet as many people as he can meet. And then you got Tammy Duckworth, who's filming Joe Walsh out there talking to people. That's what this campaign is. I don't think people are going to buy it this year. Americans, I think, get it. Let me close with one more thought, and then we'll open up for questions. Here's the bet. Here's the bet Obama's making. Here's the bet the Democrats are making. And boy, they're licking their chops after those Republicans picked Paul Ryan. Because the bet that the Democrats are making is Americans don't want to do the right thing. Americans don't want to grow up. Hey, senior citizens, Democrats are saying, you don't want to do the right thing. You don't care. Here's what Obama thinks, and here's what Duckworth thinks. Our senior citizens today, who know, just like we know, that Medicare will be gone in 12 years. Everybody in Washington, folks, from Obama to Walsh, everybody knows Medicare will be gone. Tammy Duckworth and I sat in front of the Chicago Tribune editorial board this last week. Absolutely hilarious. She was asked 3 or 4 times by the Chicago Tribune editorial board, Miss Duckworth, you understand that Medicare will be insolvent in 12 years. There won't be any money in Medicare in 12 years, they said to her. They asked her 3 or 4 times, and every time she said, I'm not ready to look at that yet. I'm not ready to discuss that yet. The most important fiscal part of our federal budget that will be bankrupt in 12 years, and she's not ready to look at that yet. If she's not ready to look at that, she's not ready to be a congresswoman. See, here's how cynical politicians get. Duckworth doesn't want to talk about it, and Obama doesn't want to talk about it, because they want to use it to scare our seniors. Because they think our seniors only care about their benefits. They don't care, Democrats think. Seniors don't care whether Medicare will be there for the kids and their grandkids. Democrats think seniors don't care if Social Security will be there for Joey. Shame on them, they're wrong. I think our seniors, just like everybody in this country, gets it. We're all ready to grow up and do what's right and start paying our bills and living within our means so that there are some programs around for Joey's generation. So we're going to find out in this election who's right. We're going to find out who's right. Is the country ready to grow up like I think we are? Or are we not? Are we all, is every voter this year going to say, I don't care if the country's broke? Yeah! Perfect timing. I know where he stands. I don't care if the country's broke. And I don't care what kind of country we're leaving to the next generation. I want my benefits now. That's what Democrats think, especially our seniors think, and I think they're dead wrong. I'm going to stop there. Let's open this up to questions. John has a microphone. Speak into the mic or give me any thought that's on your mind. Hey, keep eating and keep drinking.
Stay here.
Hello.
Who's got something to say? Right here, John. Use that microphone, sir.
Can you explain the change in districting and what area that you cover as our congressman?
Thank you. Thank you.
Sure.
So we all know what happened in redistricting. Can everybody hear me?
Yeah.
We all know what happened in redistricting.
Yeah.
I was born and raised in Barrington. Helene and I live up in McHenry, which is sort of in the middle of my current district. The party in charge of the state every 10 years, they get to draw the districts. And in Illinois, the Democrats are in charge. So what they did was they drew me into a district with another fellow Republican because they wanted us to run against each other. I said I'm not going to do that, and we saw what they did here. Let me be really clear what they did here. They drew this crazily shaped district, not just to elect the Democrat. Dick Durbin and Rahm Emanuel and the DC Democrats drew this district to elect Tammy Duckworth. And I just said that's wrong. I'd say it's wrong if Republicans did that. So I came down here to take on this challenge. This district includes the towns of Itasca, Bloomingdale, Villa Park, Elmhurst, Villa Park, Elk Grove Village, Addison, Glendale Heights, Schaumburg, Palatine, Elgin, Carpentersville, Carroll Stream, Bartlett,
Roselle.
a little bit of Rolling Meadows, Roselle,
Part of Roselle.
Hoffman Estates. So,
I got you.
here's the funny thing. So they drew a district to elect Tammy Duckworth. Funny thing is, everybody in those towns of Elk Grove and Addison and Bloomingdale and Elgin and Carpentersville, they're doing worse now than they were a year ago. More people are losing their homes in Itasca this year than last. More businesses are closing up in Addison this year than last. More Americans are out of work in Bloomingdale this year than last. Americans are hurting and they're angry about it. They're angry because this president, and I'll look right into the camera so Tammy Duckworth gets this. This president does not understand this country. He doesn't understand freedom. He doesn't understand how guys like Anthony make a living. Because, wait a minute, I could be wrong.
No.
Maybe Anthony didn't build Tree Guys. I think Obama built Tree Guys.
Yeah.
But that's what he thinks.
No, Obama's dead, according to Governor Big Win.
And because President Obama doesn't understand how this country works, we're going to win this district because most people in this district have had it. They want government off of their backs and off of their butts. They want to live their lives and make money and grow their families and keep government away from them. And that's why we're going to win this thing. Who's got a thought or a question? Right there.
According to what I've heard, Medicare, according to what I've heard, the Obamacare law took $740 billion, it's billion with a B, away from Medicare. And I've heard Paul Ryan recently saying the number was more like 760 or maybe 716. What is the actual number that Obamacare took away from Medicare?
The number will go up. Like everything, the number will go up. Remember when we were told Obamacare will only add $800 billion to the deficit over the next 10 years? Then the CBO came out and said, no, it's closer to double that, 1.7 trillion, and that will go up. And I know the Democrats love to rip Paul Ryan and rip House Republicans and rip Mitt Romney. There's only one candidate running for president who's actually cut Medicare, and that's the president. President Obama right now, to help fund Obamacare. And by the way, so yeah, it's about $716 billion that he's taking from Medicare. He basically wants to get rid of Medicare Advantage. If you're on Medicare Advantage, say goodbye. Say goodbye. And it's money that he wants to use just to fund Obamacare. The goal, guys, you know what? Let's not be cute and let's just get right to the point. Can we? Life is too short. I lose my voice every day. I had a full head of black hair 6 months ago. Life is too short. Politicians love to complicate things. It's not complicated. If I had Obama here right now and he were telling you the truth, here's what he'd say. Obamacare, everybody, is the first step toward government-run health care. Period. He wants everybody on government-run health care. Tammy Duckworth, God love her, actually said it. Obamacare doesn't go far enough. I believe in government-run health care. That's the goal. If that's what you want, I'm not your guy and Mitt Romney's not your guy. Now I think if we put everybody on government-run health care, the country will sink to the bottom of the ocean because we'll be broke. The quality of care will be terrible. It will lead to rationing. You know, I love it when the Democrats, like Duckworth, say these Republicans have a war on women. A war on women. Raise your hands if you're a woman. I always do that because there's always a guy or two that goes like this. Women! Women! Men, let's admit it. Most of the women in this country make... Anthony, what's going on in Itasca? He told me this was a nice neighborhood. We got planes, we got trains, we got ambulances, we got fires. Guys, let's be honest. Ladies, studies show us, make about 70 to 80% of our health care decisions in this country. If I see a fighter jet overhead, I'm going to lose it. Anthony, I'm going to lose it. You talk about a war on women? Hey, moms and grandmoms, listen. Do you care about the quality of care your kids and your parents get? Say goodbye to your quality of care if we don't get rid of Obamacare. You talk about a war on women. How about a government program called Obamacare that's making doctors leave the industry in droves? No doctors.